Hello again, everyone. Terry Earthwind over at Consortium. And I have another special treat for you today. My dear friend and colleague, Steena Marie. Steena, thanks for stopping in.
Thanks so much for having me, Terry.
I am excited, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very high-end content creator, ghostwriter, an amazing life coach, that's for sure. And yeah, she's my friend too. But she's that good. Steena Marie, are you ready for the famous question?
I'm ready.
Okay, Steena Marie, what are you doing?
I am juggling. I am currently doing the mom business, home educator juggle that I'm sure any parent watching this this year can absolutely relate to. And it's been such an amazing year, really, all things considered, because I feel like what I've been able to learn this year has just been amazing with my kids. The communication skills that I've been able to give them this year has been like taking all of my coaching and my copywriting skills and like finding all these ways to like infuse it into my kids' life. And I just know they wouldn't have gotten that if we hadn't been home all year. And then in that also just having the flexibility as an entrepreneur has been amazing because I'm like, I don't know how anyone else is, I don't know how non-entrepreneurs are doing this year. So yeah, so now it's been pretty cool to see how my partner and I are also starting to create content together around relationships and communication, because that's what copywriting and content creation always comes down to, is being able to make those connections and in a really authentic way that we're sharing, our truth and our message and our stories.
And that's killer cool. And it's so relevant out there right now, what you're doing. This juggling act is like no one else has had in 200 years before public schools. Okay.
Yeah.
And, you're trying to draw a living all day long, stopping, helping the kid on the computer for a minute, and then stopping and helping the other child, and then
Right.
popping back into where you're at and hoping a client or prospect doesn't need help at the same time you're in the middle of the two kids. And then,
It's
as
true.
if that's not enough, there's still, you still get to make dinner and lunch,
Yeah.
and this is the reality of today and why I wanted you on here, because you're such a brilliant creator and you're doing a wonderful job with your children and life coaching your clients and stuff like that. And so maybe you can tell me a little bit more about, how those things are progressing and how you're getting through it, because I'm sure there's people out there going through it.
For sure. This year, the little things have added up. Like that's the biggest lesson that I feel like I'm learning, is just how those really like literally 2-minute habits can change everything. So like last July, I started taking cold showers in the morning. I was one of those people that thought people that take cold showers are out of their minds. They're the crazy ones. And I started doing it and I noticed such a change in my levels of anxiety and just a sense of calm from that, along with tons of other tools and things that I use. But it's been, that like still having routines, still doing my workouts with my personal trainer, following through with those things that keep you sane, because without them, life just becomes a sort of weird blur, especially when you're just at home all the time. There's not that break and like, you don't have the drive to somewhere to kind of mark those transitions. And I see that with my clients too, like they need that discipline and that consistency. And we have a lot of resistance to doing that, whether it's in our life or in our business, because we think it makes us trapped. We think it's limiting. I want to be creative. I want to be free. I want to be inspired. I want to be in flow. And what I've found is that if you're not creating those habits, like I have a habit now, like just where I have an app now where my morning routine is laid out for me. and timed so that I know, okay, this is what comes next. And, I can, I can keep track of that in a way that keeps me really focused.
Very cool. Very cool. Consortium, the business model for the 21st century.